Okay, this is the end game right here. It's right here and it's right now. This is the feminist end game in the UK. Okay, if this passes, their victory is going to be complete, right? Because I remember from a few years back when the comment sections of news articles were open, right? Okay, and YouTube was less controlled. There was serious anti-feminist pushback. People were mocking feminist articles, pointing out that wage gap was debunked, and that this woman writing this man hate dribble is a misogynist and man hater. Right? There was pushback, and it was spreading to the general public. So what the feminists did is they just changed the rules of the game. They were the gatekeepers. They just closed the comment sections down of the news articles, because the average site, the comment section was always open, right? And it's still open on a lot of it, but the feminists always close the comment section down on a lot of articles. Okay, especially feminist articles of lies are easy to debunk, and people in the comments can go, "Hey, this is a lie. Here's a link disproving this claim." Boom, it's shut down. So this is the end game. This is what feminists are going to do now in the UK, right? And it's going to have a massive chilling effect on anti-feminist discourse. Government poised to find social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter if they do not deal with misogynistic abuse, and bosses could face jail. There is no such thing as misogyny. There is no such thing as misogyny. I've actually been banned from an MRA Discord group for pointing that out. There is no such thing as misogyny. If you accept the concept of misogyny, you are a feminist. Okay? I've already explained in a video why the term misogyny does not exist. It's a vague, nebulous term that's just used as a smear. Okay? Because there is no way that you can't be a misogynist if you're a male. If you like change your behaviour to try and not get labelled a misogynist, they'll still call you a misogynist anyway. You can be called a misogynist for finding women attractive. Government poised to fine social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter if they do not deal with misogynistic abuse, and bosses could face jail. Companies could face fines worth up to 10% of their global turnover. There is no way any sane company is not going to crack down, right? They could be anti-feminists themselves and they'll still knuckle under to this. They're not going to put their money at risk. Britain is at war with tech giants and proposed online safety bill. That's a link to another article. Social media platforms are set to be fined if they do not deal with misogynistic abuse, and bosses could face jail as the government draws up new measures. This is a government that's made staring at women a crime, right? You can go to jail for staring at women, but women can bottle men in the faces and get no jail time. Okay. A cross-party group of lords led by former Culture Secretary Baron Morgan, she's a feminist, is proposing a new amendment to online safety bill, which would legally require social media firms to prevent the online abuse and violence against women and girls. So this is more gender violence nonsense. This is equivalent of the KKK hijacking the government, capturing the government, capturing levers of power, and forcing online services to tackle violence against whites. And if they don't tackle vague, nebulous violence against whites, they get fined. The amendment to bill, which is due to be drafted on Tuesday, is backed by Tory and crossbench peers, Labour and Liberal Democrats. So don't tell me that the right is any different. Okay, we've got a right-wing government in power right now. They're all in lockstep with feminist hate. Okay. It also means that companies who fail to remove misogynistic content would face fines worth up to 10% of their global turnover. Okay, this is deranged. This is fucking deranged. This is deranged. There's almost no hatred towards women online. Almost zero. Almost zero. Right? Zero. Women are never hated for being women. Right? At the worst, they get mocked for acting up, right, and being entitled and spoiled. That's it. They get mocked for their behaviour, and far less so than men do. Bosses could even be jailed up to 2 years if the legal challenges take place, which will treat online violence and abuse against women and girls in the same way as illegal child sex abuse and terrorist content. So the group, the safest group, the most safe group in existence, right? The extra humans, being mean to them online is treated the same as terrorism. Okay, and as a man, I find this deeply insulting, right? I am not a nigger. I am not a subhuman, right? I'm not a peasant, right? I'm not a serf. I'm not the punching bag of society, right? And I find it deeply humiliating and insulting that society goes, women are so important, we deem violence against them terrorism, but violence against men is just meh, right? It's just meh. Okay. And they're lumping in children with women, even though most child abuse is done by women. I'm going to make a guesstimate, right? I reckon most sexual abuse is done by women as well. They just don't get caught. Okay. Last year, ministers rejected classing misogyny as a hate crime, and instead the government compromised by creating a new Office of Public Sexual Harassment. So this new Office of Sexual Harassment, all right, probably came up with their stare rape laws, right, staring at women. And sexual harassment is a vague, nebulous term that's been watered down and it's meaningless, right? Sexual harassment can mean the woman feels uncomfortable, she doesn't like the man, deems him creepy, he's harassed. Doesn't even give up any cues that she's uncomfortable with him, doesn't want to interact with him, interacts with her, boom, accuses him of harassment. In April, it was feared that the WhatsApp could soon be banned if it refuses to comply with the new online safety bill. Under the bill, tech companies will have a duty to find and remove illegal content being distributed through the social networking platforms. So men don't get this protection. So women are currently threatening to kill men, inciting violence against men, inciting violence against boys. We've proven this countless times. The kill all men hashtag is on Twitter. They don't take it down, while Twitter removes QAnon hashtags. Okay, so women can threaten to kill men with impunity, right? Okay, there's radical feminists ranting on about killing men. The police in the UK arrest them, then refuse to press charges, right? Okay, then because what happened is someone probably alerted the police to that, and the policeman was probably pretty decent, relatively speaking, and arrested them, right? But then someone a feminist in a position of power in the prosecution service says, no, that's a female. She's an extra human. She gets to incite violence against men. Do not touch her. She's untouchable. Boom. Right? But men who make crude jokes about women in the UK can get arrested. Right? But this could mean doing away with an end to encryption and security features which scramble messages to ensure that only the sender and recipient can read them. So feminism is also being used as a pretext by the security state to spy on us. Yeah, feminism is a reactionary hate movement. Feminists in Finland joined NATO. Right, a Shield for Men has done an excellent video proving that feminists are pro-war. Messaging services that use it, including WhatsApp, Signal, Viber, and Element, have signed an open letter opposing the online safety bill ahead of its final reading in the House of Lords. The UK government is suddenly considering new legislation opening the door to trying to force technology companies to break and end the prescription on private messaging services, it reads. Okay. We actually need gendered laws to protect men, like from female harassment. Females get into online gangs and gang stalk men, right? The Pink Pill Watch, which I'm a member of, is currently getting gang stalked by feminists right now. I'll do a future video about that. The law could give an unelected officials the power to weaken the privacy of billions of people around the world. We don't think that any company, government, or person should have the power to read your personal messages, and will continue to defend encryption technology. So they're tackling this from the wrong angle because of false consciousness. They're not prepared to call the feminists out, right? So feminism is the OG hate movement. The OG hate movement gets to set the rules because of how useless and toxic the men's rights movement is. And I'm going to do more videos proving how useless the men's rights movement is. I've seen racist comments on the men's rights movement get upvoted, right? Because men's rights activists actually don't like racism against women because they want to breed dark-skinned women and brown-skinned women, right? They'll marry them in an instant, but they see dark-skinned men as sexual rivals, so they're okay with racism against them, right? There's all sorts of bizarre and cringe takes that MRAs from the MRM subreddit have all the time, and you don't get organised, right? So I'll get banned for being an extremist, but they'll say the most ridiculous, stupid things, and they're fine with it, okay? So our movement could be coming to an end soon, right? We're struggling to maintain a movement, a small movement as it is. This could be the death blow against us. We're on the way out as a movement. We're on a chopping block, okay? So I'm going to do another video soon explaining what we can do as a movement and what we need to do. Over and out.